Hey folks, Nick Hawks with Paleo Treats here, talking about micro decisions. What are micro decisions? They are those tiny little decisions that we make 100 times a day on a daily basis that make all the difference as to whether or not we end up achieving the goals that we set out. So we tend to think of decisions as much bigger things, whether or not you're going to follow a paleo diet, whether or not you're going to be a good husband, whether you're not going to exercise, if you're going to succeed, if you're going to make money, any of those things. Those are all kind of bigger ideas that you take the time to sit down and think about and lay out clearly and really kind of think through. Micro decisions, on the other hand, is what actually determines whether or not you achieve those goals. So a micro decision would be, let's say that you've made the big decision to eat paleo. The micro decision is you go to a company food thing, a company lunch, and you sit down and they've laid out a bunch of sandwiches, and you decide like, it's no big deal, I'm going to eat the food that's laid out in front of me, or I'm going to eat just one sandwich, it's not going to be a big deal. That is a micro decision that affects the much bigger decision that you made to eat paleo, and it will change the outcome that you want, which if you're eating paleo is probably to be healthier for some reason, some belief system that you have. And this is not to say that paleo is the only way to eat or it's the only way to be healthy. I want to be really inclusive on this whole healthy and thriving life idea. I think there's a bunch of different ways to achieve that, but I want you to be very careful about being conscious of the micro decisions that you make on that daily basis that determine the outcome of your life. I'm noticing it in people around me. I'm noticing it in myself. If I make really good decisions, if I decide whatever it is, not to eat breakfast or not to eat that sandwich or not to have, that second drink, those have these effects that push out maybe not just an hour or 2 hours or 6 hours, but days and weeks and sometimes even months. If you're not ready for that great meeting with the important person because you drank the night before, that all started with one micro decision. You decided to go to the bar or put yourself in a position where you were going to be drinking. So I think it's really important as we go through our day-to-day lives, not just to have these big lofty goals. I'm going to make $1 million, or I'm going to invest heavily in cryptocurrency or Steam or whatever it is, or I'm going to be healthy, but to think daily and to be self-aware and conscious of all those tiny little micro decisions that add up to the life that we want. So here's hoping that something in this struck a chord with you and that you make a bunch of much better micro decisions and you get out there and you're totally living the life that you're dreaming of and that you set out before you. All right, best to you. Ciao, ciao.